Yo, 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 it's your boy Derek, the Dopest Detailer, coming at you today with another episode of the Dopest Detailer. Today's edition of the Dopest Detailer is going to talk about repairing your equipment, understanding your equipment and repairing your equipment, understanding how your equipment works, understanding how to repair your equipment. The equipment that we're going to talk about today is one of the most important parts of your setup. It's like the heart and the brains to your entire setup, but it's definitely one of those things that if it shuts down and you don't know how to repair it, you don't know how to diagnose the problem, you don't know the parts that you need, it can shut you down for the day, if not 2 days, if you don't know what you're doing. I've been doing this for 20 plus years, so I've ran into these problems. I didn't have anybody, I didn't have YouTube to go to actually try to figure out what was going on with my equipment. So I had to just figure it out, and I learned a lot over the years. So this particular video right here is about the pressure washer. There's going to be a part 2 to this video as well in regards to the pressure washer, but for the sake of time, I'm going to talk right now about the hose on your pressure washer. So I'm going to talk about 4 things on the pressure washer that can shut you down for the day. And if you don't know how to identify these issues and diagnose them and repair them, it can shut you down for the day. One of the most important things is the hose, the pressure washer hose. Now, I have a commercial grade pressure washer and I use a commercial grade hose. One thing about the hose is eventually it's going to pop. You're going to need to either get it repaired or you're going to need to get a new one. It's not if it pops, it's when it pops. It's going to pop. So to be on the safe side, you know, I always tell guys, always keep a spare hose. Yes, a spare pressure washer hose. This hose costs about $125. You know, you keep a spare one with you, so if the one that you have pop, then you know you could just go ahead and put the new one right on your pressure washer and don't, you know, miss a beat. So you keep an extra pressure washer hose with you. This is a commercial grade pressure washer hose. So if this one pops, I have to have another commercial grade pressure washer hose to put onto my pressure washer. I can't just put a regular Home Depot or Harbor Freight pressure washer hose on it. I need to be able to get a commercial grade pressure washer. I know where to get my commercial grade pressure washer hoses from because I know the vendors in my area that deals with commercial grade pressure washers and pressure washer hose. Usually you can find assistance at hydraulic shops. These are shops that deal with big trucks and hydraulic equipment, so they usually have pressure washer hoses online. They have them in their stores. Find out where these places are at. Get familiar with where they're at. Get their phone numbers, so this way if anything happens, you know exactly where to go to either A, buy a new one, B, get it repaired. This particular hose right here that I'm talking about, that I'm showing you right now, it has been repaired. I have a new one that I'm going to change this one out for, but for the time being, I just got this one repaired, so I'm using this one. It had a hole in it. What I did was I took it over to my hydraulic place. They cut it where the hose was at, and they put an adapter on. So basically right here is where the hose was at. They put an adapter on, boom, I'm back in business. I bought a new hose, so this way I'll have an extra hose with me, you know, just in case anything happens. And it's not if, it's when it happens. So I'm going to take this one off and just use it as my spare because, again, it's been repaired. So something about repair hoses, they're like spare tires. You can't drive long distance on them because they're not designed to do that. When you get this repaired, you're not supposed to continuously use it. That becomes a spare. You put your new one on because, again, everything is about pressure. And again, pressure bust pipes. Is there any weakness in here? If there's a weak link in here, eventually this is going to give out because it's not the repairs that was made to it was really not made to withstand that pressure for a long period of time. So it's really just a quick fix to get me going. But I have a new one, so I'm going to go ahead and put that one on. So A, understand where your hydraulic places are at, wherever you get your pressure washer hoses from. B, buy an extra hose to keep with you at all times. And C, don't use the spare hose as your full-time hose once you get it repaired. So that's the pressure washer hose. The second thing that's most important is always have on you a box of O-rings. O-rings are like They're so important, man, because again, everything is based around pressure. If you have a broken O-ring, you have a leak. Leak takes away from the pressure. So if you have a 3,500 psi pressure washer, I can't say exactly what that number is going to, what that pressure is going to go down to with the broken O-ring, but it's going to drop significantly because it's not the machine isn't pumping out the type of pressure that it was designed to pump out because you have a leak somewhere, and usually the leak is with an O-ring. Always have a box of O-rings. You can get a box of O-rings from Home Depot, Harbor Freight, $10 at the most. This is a quick, easy fix, you know, and you get your O-ring tweezer, I call it. So this way, if your O-ring pops, you pull out the old one, you pop a new one in, you get a variety pack because O-ring comes in different sizes. You don't know what part is going to go out on you. You know, you might have the O-ring that's inside here go out on you. You might have the O-ring go out on you here. So it's all different size O-rings. So you want to get a variety pack of O-rings so that way you'll know exactly, you'll have exactly what you need to make that quick repair. You can't make a repair without tools. Keep a bag of tools with you. I don't care if you gotta go and, you know, me, I got a little Steve Madden see-through bag, something that I found laying around, but I have the essential tools in here that I need. You know, a pair of pliers, a pair of grips, a wrench, you know, a screwdriver to get me through if something happens. I'm prepared. It's like having a jack and, you know, for a spare tire. You can't fix your spare tire if you don't have a jack. So have some tools with you. Keep tools with you at all times because it's not a matter of if you're going to need them, it's when you're going to need them. You're definitely going to need them. My other thing is, in regards to your pressure washer, one of the most important things is your spark plug. A lot of guys are using their pressure washers and they're hearing the backfire and they're just automatically just thinking there's nothing to it. That's a sign that your spark plug is about to go. And if your spark plug goes, guess what? Your pressure washer isn't going to fire up because it needs that spark to fire up. If you don't have that spark, you don't have that fire up, you don't have that fire up, you don't have no pressure washer. You don't have no pressure washer, you're shut down for at least a day. Again, a quick $6 fix. Go to your local auto store, get yourself a spark plug. It's a lawnmower spark plug. These are lawnmower engines, basically lawnmower engines that we're dealing with. You can take the one out that you have. You can just use a regular wrench. Get yourself a nice regular wrench set. Take it over to wherever your AutoZone, your Raleighs or whatever. Present it to them. They give you another one. Boom, you're good to go. So you want to keep a spare spark plug. You want to keep a spare hose. You want to keep a box of O-rings, and you want to keep tools. The other thing, and the final thing that I'm going to speak about right now in regards to your pressure washer, which is, again, one of the most vital things, because if this goes out on you, it's over with for the day. Forget about it. If you don't know how to repair it, or you don't know where to get a brand new one from in 2.5. So again, know where your local lawnmower shop is, because you can go and get them from there, or just simply put in an order at Amazon for $25, get about 3 of them and have them on deck. So if you ever need them, they're right there like everything else. And that thing that I'm talking about is your pulley. This pulley string is going to go. Pulling on it all day long for weeks and weeks and weeks and months at a time, and in some cases years, it's going to go. It's going to pop on you. So when it pops on you, if you don't have an extra one with you and you're ready to go, guess what? You're shut down for the day. Because now you have to go on Amazon and order a new one, and then it's just, you know, imagine that happening to you on a Friday at 12 o'clock in the afternoon when you have 5 cars lined up. You don't have a pressure washer. Now, I know you probably say, well, I can use the hose at my client's house. What if you're not at your client's house and you're at a business park? You're at somebody's office. So now you got to figure out something that you don't really need to be figuring out because you thought ahead. You said, okay, my pulley went, no problem. I have an extra one on the van with me, along with my O-rings, along with my spark plug, along with my extra hose. I'm prepared. It's not a matter of if something's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. And you need to be prepared for that something to happen. As an entrepreneur, these things are going to happen to us. They have to happen. But if you don't have a plan like that, you can get right to it, in 2.5, you're going to be in trouble, you know, and it's going to be on you to fix it. It's not on anybody else. It's your business. It's your responsibility. You need to make sure you're on top of it. So these are the things that you want to make sure that you have extra with you. You want to have a pulley. You want to have a spark plug. You want to have a hose. and you want to have O-rings, and obviously a bag of tools to keep these things going. You can put all of this stuff in a milk crate, set it off to the side, wouldn't even be in the way. It's there for you if you need it. Again, this is part 1 of the video about the pressure washer. There's another part that I'm going to get into. Part 2 is going to be about how to prime the pump on your pressure washer. Most guys get into a situation where they get to a location and now their pressure washer isn't getting any pressure, and they think that their pump went. Obviously the pump has, the pump really didn't go. It's just the pump needs to be primed, and everybody doesn't know how to do that. It's a process, but if you learn it, again, it's an easy fix. It'll keep you going. All of these things, if you don't know how to do it, you can end up in a shop spending, a couple $100s and losing a day's work or 2 days work because you didn't take the time to figure out your equipment. You didn't understand your equipment, the functionality, how to repair it when something goes wrong, because something will go wrong. So it all falls back on you. So again, I will be making a video part 2 to this video in regards to the pressure washer and how to prime the pump. I will be putting that video out very soon. But for now, if anything that you've learned in this video, anything that you've seen in this video was helpful to you or might be helpful to someone else that you know, please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, comment, support the channel, and just help me build this thing. And I'm going to keep on giving you the information that I've gathered for free over the last 20+ years of being in the detailing business. Again, this is your boy Derek, the Dopest Detailer, coming at you today with another episode of the Dopest Detailer. I appreciate you, everybody out there. Good luck. Go make a million. Peace.